Motion to call the meeting to order.
So moved.
May I have a second? Second.
Trustee Brazley?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Simmons?
Yes.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Torre?
Yes.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
District Clerk, can we have the numbers for the election, please?
The election tally for May 19th, 2015. The budget, yes, 501. No, 366. Successful candidates, Maribel Torre, 678. Gwendolyn Jackson, 500. Shelley Brazley, 457. David Gates, 437. Jeff Spencer, 384. Hans Stevano, 148. Caprice Rhines, 105. The successful candidates, Maribel Torre, Gwendolyn Jackson.
May I have a motion to verify these results?
So moved.
May I have a second?
I second.
Trustee Brazley moves, second by Trustee Torre, to certify the election results. Trustee Brazley?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Simmons?
Yes.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Torre?
Yes.
May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I have something I want to say. Can I speak?
Yes.
I'm going to ask if the candidate Rhymes, candidate Spencer, candidate Brazley would please stand. Mr. Hans is not here. On behalf of our candidates, we feel as though that there was fraudulent activity in this election. We believe that based on the information that was received from the Supreme Court today, that there was a hoax done by an external organization to buy time to complete another leg. Therefore, we are filing a civil rights action against the district and against this voting process. We look forward to seeing you all in court real soon.
And you will be sitting on that board until that complaint comes through. You're not sitting there. Nor you, Miss, I don't know who your name is. Not happening.
No one can just call out and start talking. We didn't open the floor for him to start speaking. He was given permission. That was one person. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. President.
May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
That's okay. We'll talk to the media then. You don't want to talk to us. We're voters, and we have a right to say something. We were in the election process. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to have to be in this process. But I'm very hurt at the fact that something was done. We took the face value of something that was done, a document that was allegedly given to us. We thought it was a real document. Someone who was an officer of the court gave us a document that we believed to be true, and it wasn't. That is fraud. And I think that we are owed an apology by the camp that was given to us. Ms. Torre and Ms. Jackson, they owe us an apology. And I think that they should stand up and give us an apology today. And I think that action needs to be taken by the school district against them. Because I think that we were not considered. I went home last night upset. Who knows what was done? I don't know what was done when I was sleeping at home last night to those machines. Yes, we have cameras, but those things can be altered. And yes, we might have had a security guard, and I'm not saying that they could be bought, but people don't have a conscience anymore. Because if an officer of the court did what he did last night, he should be in jail today. And one more thing, I'm sorry. Tom Swazi and Jay Jacobs and the Democrat Party should not have been a part of this process. Winslow was a part of stealing Freeport's election. Who's to say that they wasn't in here stealing Hempstead school board election? They should not have been here. They should not be backing a school board election. And in all rights, I wouldn't have accepted their money. All money is not good money. And I didn't accept people's money because I didn't need it. You have to go on your credibility. I'm not going to accept the mob's money because they'll give it to me. We need to stop letting things happen in our community. Enough is enough. These kids deserve better than this. And we all know it. I don't care what people outside of Hempstead think. I know our kids are graduating. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that they're going to good colleges. Let's talk about the fact that our children can read. Let's talk about the fact that they are doing better. Let's stop letting people talk about us. We have a PR firm. Make them do their job. Make them talk well about our children. We have good children. Let's not break the myth that we have ignorant people here in Hempstead. That's not true. We have good people here. They took something that Ms. Braisley said out of context. The Democrat Party did do what Hitler did. By any means necessary, they did what they wanted to do to win this election. And they did it. They won. Stop it. Let's stop this.
Well, I beg to differ. They didn't win.
Well, you're right.
I beg they didn't win. Let's be very clear. This community is an outrage.
Yes.
They did not win. Because if the community had not been outraged, we would not have understood today that everything that was presented was fraudulent.
Yes.
It was fraudulent from beginning to end. So the community will not rest.
Yes.
This is one time that we've got to be clear. The community will not rest until we see justice.
Yes.
No justice,
No
peace.
peace.
Would any other candidate want to speak? Like to speak?
Okay, Jeff.
For the record, in any election, somebody must win, and someone must lose. But what Ms. Torres and her camp did, and I was in the Supreme courtroom this morning, when that judge said they falsified his name, and that he did not sign any document. I was in the courtroom. So as far as I'm concerned, this election should not, one, be certified, and two, Ms. Torres, because this was her paperwork for there last night under false pretenses, should be upseated from this board immediately. And trust me, people, I am not grandstanding, but Robert's Rules of Order and Code of Conduct says that she is not in good standings right now. And this is not the first time. And then we sit and talk about the money we pay our attorneys. It's because of people like this that we pay these attorneys the money that we do. Yeah. So at the same time that I might have lost the election, which, you know what, I win some, I lose some, but our children, once again, suffer because of this. Shame on you. Shame on your families. Shame on you.
Well, absolutely. Speak, Ms. Grace.
I appreciate everyone. I appreciate the way this community is seemingly coming together. This is what I've been working for the entire time. I think that the tactics that have been used have been repulsive. I don't understand for the life of me how an attorney could come in here and perpetrate the fraud that they did last year. And you guys, the way you went after Miss Cross last year, what you did is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. As a person that lives in this community, you misrepresented my words. I am just a plain, simple person. I'm here working for our community to bring our community together. You have done things to systematically divide the disenfranchised from the disenfranchised so that rich developers and whoever else can come down the middle and steal the real resources from the babies you say you're here to protect. Shame on you. I'm very, very, very disappointed with my community. I'm disappointed how we've allowed you all to come in here and establish yourselves to destroy what is left of our community. I will continue to work to train parents so that we can train each other and stand against this kind of oppression. It's very unfortunate that the black and brown people of this community will be replaced with regentrification because of the seeds of discord that you all have planted. I am very, very disappointed. To my community, I apologize. I had no idea that the attorneys would come in here and blatantly lie and tell us that they had filed papers when they did not. We know in this day, anything is, you can manipulate anything. Those machines sat here all night and it was a calculated plan to deceive the people of this community. I agree with Bishop Gates, and I apologize to all of you because I think we, as a board, when there was no paperwork produced, but that we can only attribute to our naivety. We just don't think people are just going to lie like that.
We believe.
We don't think so. So I just want to apologize to you all. We should have been more steadfast and unmovable last night. We should have insisted that those machines be counted. And that just means that we have to come together, we have to work together, we have to study together and know what our rights are. We don't have as much money as these people. You misconstrued my words. I quoted from Hitler because it was a time when the people were oppressed and sleeping. And this man took advantage of that and committed a genocide on a people. I quoted that, and you misconstrued. I have media at my house scaring my kids, asking me all kinds of questions. Read the quote. Read all of them. I posted for 23 days. I posted for 23 days. Every quote was historic and had a historic figure. But you chose to distort that so you could come in here and pimp my community. I'm very disappointed.
Mr. President, if I may. Mr. President, if I may, I was quoted in Newsday last year after the election was overturned by the Commission of Education as saying that either the whole tree was poisoned or none at all. But today I stand to say the whole forest is poisoned. God bless you all.
Good evening. Board President has asked me to explain what transpired in court today. We went this morning before the judge in Supreme Court. The judge that was purported to have signed the temporary TRO stated in court that he never had any part in that whole process. This is the same judge that, this is the same judge that stated that he had no authority even to hear or determine anything regarding this whole matter. What is most discouraging was that the attorney lied to us repeatedly over and over. He lied and represented that same information to the chief clerk of the Supreme Court. He lied, and then the chief clerk of the court relied on his representation and then instructed me to do what we did last night. That is the only reason why that transpired. In court today, I let them know that he lied to me. I repeatedly stated that he lied to me. I also stated to the court, because the court has to understand, the court has the understanding that lawyers, irrespective of what other people may think or know, have a duty to tell the truth. We have a higher standard of ethics, and we must at all times be truthful and honest, and that we do not allege things without information and belief. The young man that came in here last night stated that he had papers. He did not have papers. He stated that he presented that he had a judge on the line and that he was speaking to a judge, a Supreme Court judge. He did not. And as you know, and as Newsday printed, that there was a judge, a TRO, that was issued by Judge Winslow yesterday. And you can ask our Newsday reporter whether or not she got that email. She did get an email, and that email turned out to be false.
Oh, my God.
That email, unfortunately, caused a lot of difficulties in this district. It caused billing to happen on the legal side for us to spend a day in court and actually have to deal with all those issues. It took away resources that we could have been spending on our children. We then had those allegations that there was some fraud in the absentee ballots. Remember that. There was allegations that there was fraudulent issues or misrepresentation with the absentee ballots. The second time we went to court, because they moved to make us come to court again today. Now, the whole entire matter or cause of action or prayer for relief has changed. It's no longer about the absentee ballots. They dropped that. No longer want a temporary restraining order. They dropped that as well. All they want now was to make sure that we preserve the materials from the voting process. Well, Ms. Pat Wright, our district clerk, who has done an outstanding job,
Absolutely.
does that on a regular course of business.
Yes, she does.
Every single election. They prayed for a relief that they were going to get regardless of the circumstances. That's what transpired in court today. We agreed to preserve the records because that's what we do. But I wanted to make sure that the people understand that they blatantly lied to us last night. They blatantly lied to the court. We relied on the court's on that attorney's representation.
All right.
And the court relied on that representation.
Let him tell it, Lamar. You asked
So
him.
my question is, what are you gonna do about it?
Listen, if you explain, you have to be more, you're not giving them the detail. Okay, let the people know there was a supposed amount of absentee ballots was nowhere near the amount of absentee ballots. Let people know that it was no 400 absentee ballots.
They
right.
thought,
No. Okay, that was stated in the paper. Okay, say what was stated in the paper.
in the paper it was supposedly about over 300 absentee
Oh, so
ballots or
400.
400 absentee ballots. There were not 400 absentee ballots whatsoever. Our absentee ballot list has been portrayed and displayed for everyone to view in the actual district clerk's office. Every day from 8 to 4, we witnessed it. Every attorney as a member of the court could attest to that. Anybody that went into Ms. Pat's office could attest to that. There were only 300, less than 400 actual absentee ballots that we put out. And those absentee ballots, most of those, were regular ballots that we always put out for those who are disabled and permanently disabled. So from our standpoint, there was no issue with absentee ballots whatsoever. However, that all changed, and when this young man came into our voting room yesterday. The problem that I have with that is that we are attorneys. There is a particular level of truthfulness and honesty. When you give a representation, and you give the representation to the court as well, I'm bound by the court.
That's right. All right, that's right.
So what transpired last night was all precipitated by the lies that that young man gave us.
Lies, all right. Say it again, the lies.
In the media said in the library, okay? Let them know what the attorney said. What he verbally said, what people that were still voting could hear. That's very important. Okay?
All right,
No,
say it,
that's
say it,
very
say it.
important to let people know that.
Hey, could you stand up, Laurie, if you don't mind?
That has to be.
Thank you very much.
Say what
Just stand up and project, let it project. That's good.
Okay. No.
Telling me to leave me alone.
The attorney's name is Kevin Corbett, and he works for Harris Beach.
Wow.
Okay? And I believe that firm represents
Tom
Swazi. So y'all can connect the dots.
Back and forth.
Okay.
Can you just let him speak?
So anyway, he comes in, rushes into the voting station where we are working. He says there are absentee ballots we believe that there have been absentee ballots, fraud, and all kinds of nonsense going on with these absentee ballots. He makes that statement as people are actually voting.
Wow.
And it disrupted, I believe it disrupted the voting process.
That's what it was, yes, absolutely.
It's also can be considered electioneering as well.
Mr. President, if I may, I was one of the poll watchers last night, and we heard from both candidates today. We know by Bishop Gates saying that there will be action coming from the candidates. We heard from Mr. Spencer that, as per Robert Rules of Order, that Ms. Torrey from the Action for Camp last night, which I can attest to, were electioneering because they claimed that they had a problem with the interpreters when there wasn't. They was past the 100-foot mark inside the building. All this is true. I want to know what the current board is going to do now. I know that you just voted to certify the election. You can vote to undo that action and then take action against a board member who is no longer in good standing. What is the current board going to do at this point?
All right. Did you finish telling everything?
Melissa Figueroa.
Did you finish, Lord, you telling us everything?
Does the lawyer need
Did you tell us everything?
Does the lawyer need to tell the board Robert's Rules of Order? Because maybe the board does not know Robert's Rules of Order, because a lot of people don't know about that.
Right. Come
There
on.
are certain guidelines that you can go through.
Absolutely.
And I hear her whispering to Mr. Cook that what the lawyer just said happened in court was a lie. Mr. Cook, one thing about me, my man, I don't lie and I don't steal.
Come on.
And I was in that courtroom, and one thing about the courts, everything is recorded. So before you sit there and let the devil lie to you,
come on.
Go do your homework.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. Not only did the judge said the first time he heard about this was when he read the newspaper.
Wow.
So that's why the judge ordered the clerk in the courtroom. So there will be no lies told. One thing about me, you're not going to lie into my watch.
All right.
I'm okay with losing the election.
Come on.
Because some people don't know me, they don't know what I stand for. I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'm okay with that. Because I'm still going to be Jeff Spencer, do what I do for the children. But at the same time, I'm not going to let somebody with the shenanigans that happened in our district, because I hope the lawyers put in the bill for $20,000 between yesterday and today. Shame on you. You need to, don't wait for them. leadership as a person, a woman of
That's right.
integrity that you say you are, you need to quit before they fire you. That's how it should go down.
That's right.
We go in exec session so we can get advisement from council.
Thank you. Thank you.
Second.
Trustee Brazley? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Shame on you too, baby.
May I have a motion to reconvene to open session?
So moved.
Trustee Brazley moved, trustee Simmons second. Trustee Torres?
Yes.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Simmons?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Brazley?
Yes.
Go ahead. We're out. We're out of the, we back to open session. Resolved that the Board of Education votes to reconsider the vote to accept and approve the results of the May 19th election. And it is further resolved that the Board of Education accepts and approves the budget results of the May 19th election. And it is further resolved that the Board of Education does not accept, approve, or certify the results of the May 19th election regarding the election of two candidates for board trustee. Can I have a motion for the reconsideration? Can I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Simmons moved, trustee Johnson second, trustee Torre,
I abstain.
trustee Cook,
Yes.
trustee Simmons, trustee Johnson,
Yes.
trustee Brazley.
Yes.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
No. Resolved that the Board of Education authorizes the attorneys of the district to commence litigation against all persons responsible for the fraud and misleading conduct ending May 20th, 2015, with respect to the judicial process. And it is further resolved. One at a time? Okay. All right, that's the end of that one. Do you have a motion, please, to commence the litigation?
Move.
Trustee Brazley moved. May I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Johnson second. Trustee Torre?
No.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Simmons? Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Brazley?
Yes. Resolved that the Board of Education directs the district attorneys to petition the Commissioner of Education to order a revote of the May 19, 2015 with respect to the election of candidates for board trustee only. Have a motion? So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Simmons moved, trustee Johnson second. Trustee Torre?
Abstain.
Trustee Cook?
Yes.
Trustee Simmons?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Brazley?
Yes.
That's it.
I want to put it for the record, I abstain because I think it's a conflict of interest for me to vote as a candidate. I just want to make sure that as a candidate, I think I should not be voting.
No, nobody from the audience, thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Second?
Second.
Trustee Simmons moved, trustee Brazley second. All in favor?
All right.
Whoa.